I remember the morning Elena left for what she called a girls' retreat. She stood by the door spinning her bright pink suitcase, smiling like she was posing for a vacation commercial. Sunlight glinted off her new sandals, her hair curled to perfection, something she rarely bothered with. "Just 3 days," she said, kissing my cheek. "Me, Laura, and Tessa. We all need this." I told her to enjoy herself. She gave me a quick hug before practically skipping out to the car. Nothing about it felt odd at the time. A short coastal trip. She deserved a break. But when she walked back into the house Sunday night, something in her was different. She came inside like a guest, set her bag down, barely hugged our daughter Mia, and went straight to the bathroom. Later, wearing one of my hoodies despite the warm night, she sat scrolling through her phone, screen angled away from me. "Good trip?" I asked casually. "Yeah," she muttered. "I'm just tired." Notifications kept lighting up her screen. She'd never been that attached to her phone before. The inconsistencies started piling up. New outfits appeared in her closet. Late nights spent chatting with Laura about office stuff. Laughing at messages she wouldn't let me see. At dinner one night she said, "We found this amazing seafood place by the marina." Then, she abruptly cut herself off. Earlier, she'd insisted they never left the cabin. I didn't comment. I just watched her stumble over her own lie. That same night, while she showered, I opened our joint bank account. Hotel charges in a city nowhere near the supposed retreat. A restaurant she never mentioned. 2 drinks on a bill. 1 a whiskey sour. Elena hated whiskey. I closed the app and sat in the dark. Not hurt, not angry. Just aware. If something was happening I would find out, but on my timeline, not hers. A week later, we went to her company's picnic at Meridian Health Sports Complex. Elena insisted we attend, saying it would look good. Strange wording. Still, Mia was excited, so we went. Elena arrived dressed like she was attending a photo shoot. Perfect hair, flawless makeup, confident smile. She barely looked at me. Then I saw him. Daniel Price, her colleague. Tall, polished, the kind of man who seems tailor-made for company brochures. His face lit up when he spotted Elena. That quick look people share when they're in on the same secret. She waved too enthusiastically. A few minutes later, Daniel walked over with his wife, Karen, and their teenage son. Karen's polite smile didn't reach her eyes. The way she glanced at Elena and at me told me everything. When Mia ran toward the inflatable obstacle course, I went with her. Karen followed quietly. "Did Elena have fun on her little getaway?" she asked calmly. "That's what she told me," I said. Karen let out a slow, heavy breath. "Interesting." Daniel claimed he was at a conference that same weekend. I didn't reply. I didn't have to. 3 days later I received a text from an unknown number while cooking. "This is Karen Price. Can we meet privately?" I answered immediately. "Name the place." She picked a small cafe on the opposite side of town. Somewhere no coworkers would wander into. She was already there when I arrived, clutching her coffee like she was holding herself together. "Thanks for coming," she said. "Just tell me," I replied. She inhaled deeply, then slid a thin folder across the table. The first picture inside. Daniel and Elena entering a waterfront hotel on the exact weekend of her supposed girls' trip. His hand on her back. The two of them laughing. A cold, undeniable truth settled over me. For the next 2 weeks, Karen and I quietly compared information. Screenshots, receipts, GPS logs. Meanwhile, Elena grew restless. Migraines, hours locked in the bathroom, constantly stressed. By the 3rd week, she stopped bothering with excuses entirely. Client pitch. Late meeting. Every night the same 2-hour disappearance. The car's GPS told me the truth. A shabby motel on Route 45. One night, I booked the room directly above theirs. I waited. At 8:02 p.m., Elena arrived wearing a tight dress and high heels. Nothing like work. 2 minutes later, Daniel showed up. The walls were thin. I set my phone on the floor recording. I heard her voice clear as a bell. "I missed you." Later she came home in sweatpants, pretending nothing had happened. The next morning in the bathroom trash I found it. A positive pregnancy test. The dates made one thing certain. The baby wasn't mine. I put the test in a safe. Now I had everything. 2 days later, she announced she needed a mental health weekend at her sister's cabin. Great, I said. I'll come with you. Mia can stay with my brother. Her smile looked like it hurt. That night at the cabin when her sister stepped out to get ice cream, I turned off the TV. I pulled up the photos, the receipts, the GPS logs, and the audio recording, projecting them all onto the big screen. I placed the pregnancy test on the table where she couldn't ignore it. Her face drained of color. You went through the trash? She whispered. You're pregnant, I said evenly. And the timeline doesn't match. She dropped the act. I slid divorce papers toward her. Sign them. We'll sort everything through the court. The paternity test later confirmed what I already knew. 0% chance I was the father. With the evidence, dates, bills, DNA, the judge had no room to doubt. I kept the house. I gained primary custody of Mia. Elena was granted supervised visits until she proved she could provide a stable environment. Daniel disappeared, leaving Karen and their son to rebuild. Elena gave birth alone and sent me a single photo of the baby. I didn't reply. Karen finalized her own divorce and started fresh. Mia and I pieced our lives back together. Morning drives to school, pancake Saturdays, movie nights. Real quiet. Real safety. Almost a year later, while driving Mia down the coast for a simple weekend together, my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. Elena's voice, baby crying in the background. I want to see Mia more than once a week. Stick to the court order, I said calmly. Be consistent. Be stable. Follow through. You created this situation. You're responsible for fixing it. Mia ran toward the shoreline, laughing, the waves catching her ankles. I breathed in the salty air, lighter than I had in years. This wasn't revenge. It was freedom for both of us.